I want to point out a couple common sense things about some of these new funds. The velocity shares, yeah, I went into a little bit. I don't know, use the word how they erode, but you get a lot more spectacular gains with them. But one thing I feel a little bit comfortable with this particular fund is that there's people trading it. There's more activity going on as far as trading. Now compare that with triple long Brent oil. You know, it's not a hell of a lot of trading going on in this fund, and I don't wouldn't jump into this fund for that reason. Although if somebody has it, obviously it's performing extremely well. Just several days ago it was 55, 54, and now it's over 60. You got a nice gain, very nice gain in just a few days. But I just want to point out that this fund doesn't look like it's traded too much. And another one, I was almost going to go in this morning, a little bit, double palladium, but I decided not to. For one, palladium was down, this fund is up, and you can see this is very sparsely traded, because actually palladium itself is very sparsely traded. So if you got leveraged palladium, you know, till some real price movements happen in palladium, I don't know. I would avoid this. I just don't like it, because to me a short-term trade when you got this much activity, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. You don't want to be playing around with that. It's not very liquid. Um, the pro shares as far as UCO, a lot of trading going on in that. So, hmm, looking, I'm probably going to go. That's probably why I'm going to stick in more with the triple leverage silver, because that's the most leverage I can get without just buying options. It's very simple. It's not as scary as an option. You could still lose a lot too. But unless I think I know something where an attack is coming up on Iran, because this double leverage oil is going to go ballistic. But so is gold. So is gold. Gold's going to, but oil will outpace gold, and obviously on an attack with Iran. And I might pull the trigger on it too soon as far as getting out, say if I was in there, but I'm the type of person I like to secure gains, and I think there is some kind of safety in dollars, because dollars is what buys things right now. Obviously, I'm not totally in that camp, because I have physical silver and physical metals. That's mainly where I'm at, but that's not the only game there is. Um, doing a quick Google search again, about Sprott insiders are selling PSOV, and so should you. I know there was Kid Dynamite's World I pointed out. This was on Seeking Alpha. Here's another one article. That's WorldNet. This is World News, WN.com, Bullfacts.com. And I'm going to point out something, and this is really because I wasn't watching this stuff, partly because I wasn't around this area and I was busy with something else. And that was in August and part of September and the end of July. So I wasn't watching this stuff, and I'll bet you, well, in my mind, I'm 100% sure I would have saw this stuff, because I watched this stuff carefully. And I was checking some of the YouTube channels at that time a little bit, very little bit. But I don't think too many people were alerting anybody about this. It's more or less buy shiny silver coins. The world is coming to an end. That kind of garbage. And some of the ones, and I'll mention, well, probably it's not nice to mention names and stuff, but let me put it this way. You got somebody like SGT Bull out there with a very popular thing with silver and all this stuff, and I don't listen to the guy, because he's got that preacher on there, he's got Chapman on there, and he's got all these clowns from, that's what I call them, they're a bunch of crap. They're talking to each other left and right, and they tell me about fundamentals, and they tell me the same garbage I can read in a freaking pamphlet inside of an hour. But I don't know how many. I would like to know if any. I didn't see anything. I didn't see any of these silver clowns out there warning anybody about Sprott. I know they said they were disappointed in him, but he was still their hero. And I don't want to be picking on Sprott per se because let me put it this way: he's just they're all like this. They're all like this on the top. I mean, he just got another angle. He wants to make a lot of money off of the bullion and the miners. So he's pushing the miners right now. He's doing his stuff where the miners are going to be holding back some of their profits in silver. So it's going to take silver off the market. Trying to push up his own investment, basically, which is what they all try to do. So, but what I'm getting at is how many of these silver channels are warning about this stuff? I don't see, I'm going to put it out right on mine. If I see some kind of crap like this coming up, I'm telling you one thing, I'm going to open my mouth. But, if actually the thing is, if I got that word out to too many people, I don't know if that would be a good thing to do. Maybe I should keep my mouth shut. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to watch some of this stuff. But I'd also like to point out, just get back to this fund. I don't really like this. Look at that trading volume, right? It's blank all day, and then there's trading at the end of the day or the beginning of the day. To me, that's pretty sparse stuff. So this is double leveraged palladium. So same thing, though not as bad as far as the triple leverage Brent oil. That's not too bad. But considering people made money on this stuff, I mean, you can't complain. I mean, even though it's sparsely traded for some of these days, people made money on it. But I'd be nervous about buying this stuff because of this kind of situation. Because say, for instance, oil takes a free fall. I don't think it is. But say you're in some, just by principle, say palladium took a free fall, oil took a free fall, whatever. You're in a fund like this, you're trying to get rid of it, and it's sparsely traded like this. Good luck. You're going to lose a lot. That's the one thing I don't like about this. That's the one thing I don't like about this. And it's even if it goes up spectacular in one day, sometimes I wonder how it's going to work out, where it's going to have to move twice the price of palladium or 3 times the movement of the Brent oil. I don't know, see how it possibly could. There doesn't seem to be much trading going on in these funds. Now, as far as the silver fund, I mean, yeah, it is pretty sparsely traded, but the triple leverage, but it's not anywhere near like the other funds. So, but I think the gains on silver are the potential gains on silver a hell of a lot more than oil actually too. Even this year. But I definitely would like to be in on oil when they have this attack in Iran coming up. But I'm gonna wait. I'm probably gonna wait for a little pullback in silver. Now, if the Sprott fund returns some more of its premium and it gets up near 10%, I'm probably going to dump that small portion I bought back on January 17th, I believe it was, on a Tuesday. And because that'll just be securing the gains I got on silver. But the rest of the Sprott fund I bought at a higher premium, and I don't know how much longer I want to hold on it because for instance, I may go into depending on what happens with silver. If silver somehow, I don't think silver is going to hit 33, but say it hit near 34, I might go into Velocity shares pretty much, well, quite a bit harder than I did last time. And I did like a couple small bets, but if you add up 2, they're kind of like a bigger small bet, right? It's not really that small. But I'm probably going to go into it harder, and as the cash, just to secure cash, keep cash on the side, I'll probably sell off some Sprott because I'm thinking that if I figure I'm in Sprott because I think silver is going to go up to $60 an ounce. And I know this fund is dangerous to triple leverage because the fund, if you're having a hard price down and a hard price up, it's gonna whittle that fund down pretty quick. It is. It's not gonna do so good. But if you're catching it on the ups, and that's really tough to do with silver because you really have absolutely no idea Because if I'm catching on the ups, it's money's coming from someplace. It's coming out of somebody's pocket. Hopefully some evil doctor who never earned his money. You know, that's the way I look at it. Um, you know, I would assume that, you know, I'd make a hell of a lot more money on the Velocity shares. I mean, what I'm in Sprott Silver for is because I think silver's going to go up to $60 an ounce or more. Now, if I was in triple leverage, that might be 4 times the money, right? Or more, 5 times the money. That's a big difference. That's a very big difference. So, you know, I got these things going on in my head, but I also got to watch that I buy and sell in the right parts, and you really don't know this for 100% fact, because sometimes the biggest movements come on one stupid day. That's why they tell you to hold, hold, hold. But if you hold with triple leverage, that's not such a good thing. That's not such a good thing. So I'm going to be watching several of the things where I think, not just the technical information. And I'll tell you one guy I think is very good for technical information. That's Endless Mountain. He gives some very good technical information, and I'll look at that. But I, well, I know he doesn't want people to go by his information with making bets on it, but I'm not going by that solely. I'm looking at other things that are going on. But I kind of, the Fibonacci does ring a chord with me because I was a mathematician before I was into accounting, and I realized this Fibonacci, well, it is used a lot by people in the trading, but it's found so much in nature that I think there is some truth to it. Just the problem is that you got to figure out when's it going to go to the next level or when's it going to make a downward turn. So looking at world events can actually possibly tell you that, but sometimes you can't tell. And sometimes I think I'm just going to go by when everybody's elated, like the silver crowd, or there's just a lot of good news going on in the world. It's like the weather. It's going to rain sometimes and it's going to be sunny sometimes. So when it's raining out, maybe that's the time to buy. Everybody's scared, as long as the fundamentals are there. And that's the way I'm going to be playing it. So I think with this triple leverage, I don't know right now. I don't want to go in there because I think it's going to go back down to below 35 again. That's what I think. So, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And in that case, I missed out, and I'm just holding Sprott. But if it goes down below 35, I'm going to be, you know, hopefully it goes down below in the lower 34 range, and I'm going to be buying triple leverage. And I might buy more of it than I did last time, quite a bit more, and sell off some of the Eric Sprott fund. You know, hopefully that can get me a much bigger gain.